What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Sit Down Sports Edition. We're here on my man Andrew. It's now Thursday.
Let's go.
And you know what we're doing? We're predicting the week 2 games. Who we think is going to win, who we think is going to lose. We're going to keep this pretty short.
Yeah.
We had a hell of an episode earlier, so we're good gassed here.
Let's go.
So let's start at the top since it's the first for me. We'll go Patriots, Jets off the bat.
Okay.
I like the Patriots. I just think they're more talented. I think they're going to open up Mac Jones. And I think that defense is going to stifle that rookie quarterback. Bill Belichick does great against rookie quarterbacks, and I think that trend continues. I'm going Patriots personally. Where are you going?
I think it's potential to be closer than expected, but I'm going to go Patriots as well. I think that coaching is just going to be the one thing that makes this what it is. And the Jets struggled against the Panthers last week. The Patriots are not going to let them make those kind of mistakes and even hang around a little bit. So I think it's going to go Patriots.
Yeah, and I think the Patriots tighten it up.
Yep.
Turnovers go away. I think the bad decisions go away, and they capitalize.
Yep.
Now let's go Thursday Night Football. We got the Giants, and we got the Washington Football Team.
I'm going to go football team. I honestly have more confidence in Taylor Heineke than I do Daniel Jones.
Yes.
As well as the Washington Football Team's defense.
Yes.
That defense is stifling. So I look forward to them just absolutely putting the shut down. Antonio Gibson is going to have a day.
Yep. I agree. I'm going Washington all day. I think it's a defensively won game. I think Washington's defense is going to set the tone. I think they're going to run the ball down the Giants' throat all day long.
Yep.
And I think Washington actually will probably walk away with this.
Yep.
And I think it's going to leave a lot of question marks for Mr. Daniel Jones in terms of what his future is going to look like because his ass is on the hot seat.
He may not have a job by Thanksgiving.
He might not. He really might not. I think that's where they're at with him right now. We'll go Bills and we'll go Dolphins.
I'm going to go Bills. I think the Bills bounce back. The Dolphins are not going to be able to keep up, I don't think. And that defense, again, this is probably a similar situation to where it was with the Steelers, where the Dolphins have a lackluster quarterback who's good at managing the game but isn't going to distribute the ball very well. Good offensive weapons. However, I think the Bills are going to come out of this with a little more firepower in their offense. So I think I'm going to go Bills.
I'm going Bills as well. I think the Bills have something to prove. I mean, they've won 5 straight against Miami.
Yep.
And I think that trend continues to go to 6-0. I just think the Bills have too much talent. And again, they're pissed off now. They have something to prove. They didn't want to lose that game.
Absolutely.
And I don't think they're going to lose 2 in a row.
Yeah.
I'm going Bills, and I think they probably beat them relatively handily as well. I think they'll walk away with this
If
one.
the Bills go 0-2,
Whoa.
that's a problem.
That's a big problem.
That shows some other issues.
Yep.
So what happens.
Definitely. Now we'll go Broncos, Jaguars. 1, 2, 3. Broncos.
All right, moving on.
Next we'll go to the 49ers and the Eagles. I'm personally going 49ers.
Yep.
I think this is pretty much a no-brainer. I think talent wins games, and I think the 49ers are far more talented, just generally. Specifically defensively. I think offensively the Eagles have some firepower. But I think that defense is going to eat that Jalen Hurts up, I think. They're going to put a lot of pressure on him. They're going to make him step up, get outside the pocket, and get him uncomfortable. And we haven't really seen that yet, him uncomfortable. And I think they're going to do that. I think they're gonna show him out a little bit. So I'm going 49ers.
Yeah, I think my heart wants to go Eagles because I'm kind of rooting for them at this point.
Sure.
Because they're pretty talented. However, I think you have to, for the Niners, until they show a pattern of it, you have to ignore that last 5 minutes.
Of course.
They played a 41-17 game. Ignore the last 5 minutes until they show you that it's a pattern. I'm going to go Niners.
Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer. Now we'll go with the Rams and the Colts. I think for me, at least personally, this is pretty much a no-brainer. Even though, surprisingly, the Indianapolis Colts are 5-0 after losing a game in 2020. I don't think that trend continues in 2021. I think they get absolutely smashed.
Yep.
I think the Rams, go into the Colts house and they assert themselves. I think the defense is going to dominate like they should. And I think Matthew Stafford is going to air it out and eat that secondary alive.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be a mollywhopping, if you ask me.
Yeah, I think the Rams and the Seahawks are more similar than you expect.
Yeah.
Because the Seahawks, the Rams are going to play the Colts the same way the Seahawks did.
Yep.
They're going to toss it all around the field. Stafford's going to throw it deep. He's going to stretch the field. And honestly, Jalen Ramsey, he'd probably be the only corner on the field for most of the game and still succeed.
Yes.
Because of their lack of ability to pass the ball.
Just so
the
good.
lack of ability of the Colts to pass the ball, I should say. Yeah, I'm gonna go Rams as well. I think this could get out of hand pretty quickly.
I think so as well.
And I think that 5-0 stat is more of a coincidence than it is an anecdote of actually how the Colts played.
I completely agree.
It's more about the teams that they versed after they lost.
Completely agree.
I think that's just a coincidence.
Yep, I completely agree. All right, let's go. Let's go Raiders and Steelers. I'm flip flopping this one, to be honest with you. This one's a tough one
I
for
thought
me.
I was gonna be alone on this one.
I'm actually. You want to know what's so crazy? I'm actually gonna go with the Raiders.
Let's go! Me too.
I'm actually gonna go with the Raiders. I just don't trust that Steelers offense, and I think the Raiders coming off a really good Week 1 win, set a good tone for them going forward, and I hope they can carry the momentum. I see them utilizing Marcus Mariota more in that kind of that RPO sort of style, that triple option sort of deal. It's going to be a low-scoring game, but I think the Raiders get this one too.
If the Steelers win, it will be by like 2 points.
Yep, agreed.
Or at least less than a half a possession.
This is going to be close.
But I think the Raiders take it as well. I'm taking Vegas.
How about that?
Wow.
All right, let's go Bengals, Bears. I think we're both on the same page with this one as well. I'm flying high right now. I like them. I'm going Bengals.
Me too.
I like Joe Burrow. I like what he's doing. I think that Jamar Chase, Joe Burrow, connection is beautiful, and I think it's going to continue.
Yep.
I think the Bears are going to continue to slide. I don't think Andy Dalton has a very good day.
Yep.
They continue to explore that quarterback controversy, and I think the Bengals walk out of there 2-0.
I think Andy Dalton going against his former team, the Bengals. It's going to be an interesting homecoming for him. Is this in Cincinnati or is this in?
This is in Chicago.
Okay, so this is in Chicago.
Yep.
So they're coming back to him. I'm going to go Bengals as well. I think Joe Burrow is the next big thing in terms of from that draft class, at least. I think him and Justin Herbert, obviously. Jamar Chase going to have a big day against that defense.
Yep.
The only thing I can see this going the opposite way is if Khalil Mack shows up and puts pressure on Joe Burrow. That could be a problem, but I don't foresee that being an issue.
Okay, let's go Texans and Browns. 1, 2, 3, Browns. Now we have Saints and the Panthers. I honestly think this is pretty straightforward too.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, Saints.
Okay, yeah. I think just a quick one on that. I think the Panthers won last week, but everything we talked about last week, if you check that out, if you didn't, go check it out. Third down, red zone.
Yep.
The Saints are that's where they're good. This is where the Panthers are bad.
Correct.
I would not be surprised if the Panthers only scored 6 points in both of them on field goals.
Sure. Sure.
Let's see what happens.
Now let's go Vikings, Cardinals. For me, this is a pretty easy one. I'm going Cardinals all day long.
Yeah.
I think that Cardinals offense is really freaking good, and I think they're going to put up a lot of points again. And based off of what I saw last week with that Vikings offensive line, oh my lord, Chandler Jones might have 10 sacks in the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah, I would be. So for me here, I am also going to go Cardinals. But this is where I think the consistency test shows it.
Sure.
Is that defense consistent? And because will Chandler Jones be able to get pressure on a very pedestrian Vikings offensive line? Will it be J.J. Watt? Who knows? But will both of them be able to get that pressure, right? And will Kyler Murray show up 2 weeks in a row? I didn't see it last year. I hope to see it this year.
Right.
Granted, I'm not expecting to put up 5 touchdowns, but I need at least a 3-touchdown, over 250-yard day with a win. If he doesn't show that to me, I still have my doubts. But I'm going to go Cardinals as well.
Yeah. Now let's go Falcons, Buccaneers. 1, 2, 3, Buccaneers. That's easy. Now this is an interesting one here. This one was flagged for me on this one actually. We go Cowboys and Chargers. I think this is good. This is actually a pretty tough game to pick. I want to be honest with you.
Okay.
For some strange reason, my instinct is to go with the Cowboys, but I will not do that until the day I go into the ground. I'm going Chargers because I think the Cowboys are missing a lot of pieces now. They're hurt. They're affected offensively and defensively. I don't think Ezekiel Elliott will run the ball. I think Justin Herbert's going to air it out. He's going to attack that secondary just like Brady did. And I think, number 13 for the Chargers, wide receiver. Keenan Allen is going to have a feast with that secondary. I'm going Chargers.
This is the first game we differ.
Ooh.
This is the first game we differ. I'm going Cowboys.
I'm watching this one.
I think the Cowboys have shown that their offense can sustain the type of pass rush that the Chargers can provide. The only thing I feel like the Chargers are better at than the Bucs is that secondary. They do have some good pieces in that secondary, so we'll see if the Cowboys can get past that.
Sure.
But the Chargers' run defense is not great, and their pass rush is good. You got Joey Bosa, but I think the Bucs have a little bit more on that.
Oh, 100%.
So I am going to go Chargers. I'm sorry, I am going to go Cowboys.
I was like, wait, what?
No, Cowboys. Because I think that offense is going to outperform. It will be a shootout.
100%.
Both teams will have over 30 points, I think.
I agree.
That's going to be an exciting one.
All right, let's go Titans and Seahawks. Again, for me, this is kind of a no-brainer, honestly, to me. I'm going Seahawks.
Yep, me too.
I think that defense is going to be nasty again. I think they're going to be ferocious. I think they're going to punch Derrick Henry in the mouth all day long, and that's going to be the key.
Yeah.
Obviously, a run-dominant team, if you stop the dominance, can't do much.
Yeah.
Did that happen last week? And I think it's going to happen this week. I'm going Seahawks.
And this is similar with the Cardinals, right? I mean, the Seahawks have such a good pass rush. Granted, they didn't get as many sacks last week as the Cardinals do, but that pressure's still going to come.
Oh my goodness.
Are the Titans going to be able to fortify their offensive line through practice this week and be able to limit the amount of pressure that Ryan Tannehill takes? I'm not so sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to take Seattle as well. I think that offense is just too good, and the Titans' defense is not. That's to me, that's the factor there. Not so much the other side of the ball, but I think the Seahawks offense against that Titans' defense.
It's a mismatch.
It is a mismatch.
Yep, it's a mismatch.
Absolutely.
Now let's go Chiefs, Ravens. This is a Sunday night game here. Again, these are pretty straightforward picks for me. I'm going Chiefs. I can't bet against them. I cannot, until they prove me otherwise, I cannot pick against them.
Sure.
They're just too magical. You call it luck, call it whatever you want to call it. They're just too damn good. I can't pick against them. It's just, to me, it's just, I can't do it.
There are a lot of teams in the league. I think there are about 10 teams in the league where you can say, I can see this going a certain way.
But it won't.
But I don't think it will.
Yeah.
I can see the Ravens showing up and having such a great offensive day and hitting Mark Andrews the way he needs to be hit, and Sammy Watkins not dropping a ball, and Hollywood Brown making those deep down the field catches, and Lamar Jackson rushing for 150, and the defense getting pressure on Patrick Mahomes, and Patrick Mahomes getting flustered and throwing some picks. I could see it. I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna go Chiefs. I think that offensive firepower, the Ravens are not gonna be able to handle it, especially the way they showed they couldn't handle the Raiders. And the Chiefs are just the Raiders times 20.
Pretty much offensively. Yeah. It's not even close.
So I can see the Ravens having a good day, but I think the Chiefs are gonna pull it out.
Agreed. And last game, Monday night game, we got the Lions and the Packers. 1, 2, 3, Packers. Yeah, that's a no-brainer. I mean, Packers are going to bounce back. They're going to dominate, put their foot in their ass, and that's going to be the end of that pretty much.
So it comes down to the Cowboys and the Chargers.
How about that? Come on, Chargers.
The same every single game.
Which I'm surprised, actually, because I feel like we picked some dark horses there, to be honest.
Yeah, so. I mean, I wasn't expecting you to pick Vegas, if I'm being honest.
I was close.
I didn't know your feelings on the Bengals until today. So a little surprised on the Bengals. I'm curious to see how this week goes. It should be a great week of football, though.
I think this whole season is going to be good, to be honest. If week one is any, pre-nomer for what the season's going to look like, we're in for a good one.
Absolutely.
But alright, y'all, that was it. Thanks for checking in on Thursday. You just got our week 2 picks. Check back in on Tuesday to hear our recap of week 2.
Yeah.
And then check back in the following Thursday to get our week 3 predictions. We'll see you guys next time. That's about it. Until next time, guys. We'll see you. Later.